Ugh, I don't even want to talk about this. I'm very embarrassed. Okay, so after that first family trip, I parked the RV at the MWR. So while the kids were at school, I've just been coming here during the day and setting everything up and really making it cozy and a home away from home for our family. At this MWR, there's city water, electricity, so that's all wonderful. I love being hooked up here. And living in Virginia Beach, it doesn't generally get that cold at night, but the week of Christmas, a big freeze came. The lows here, maybe 10, definitely not as cold as some places, but there's not a winterize package on this vehicle. I know people do a lot of that themselves and upgrade it. So this is 2 days before Christmas. So I had messaged my husband. He came to the trailer, he unhooked the water from the city water and let the drains run through. So fast forward. When all the excitement of Christmas has gone down, everyone came over to the trailer just to check on everything. I wanted to see where the gas levels were, change the gas tank if needed, just check on things. I come in, everything looks fine. One of the gas tanks was empty, so I switched it to the full gas tank. The heat finally popped on. It was so cold. And I'm doing my checks, and I'm looking in the shower, and I was very confused because I'm like, why is the shower head on the ground? So I picked it up, and it looks like a deadly weapon. So I grabbed the shower head, and I'm looking, and there's just ice gathered all in the shower head. Because the shower head has that little loop-de-loop. So I'm already obviously feeling stressed at that point. Let me check everywhere else. And I look in the toilet. There's just a frozen water disc in the toilet. And there's like a single drip of frozen water dangling from the sink. And I'm like, oh shit, like this, I don't know what this means. So I'm telling my husband, he comes with a new shower head, change that out, hook the water back up, and we're checking all the connections just to see how everything's looking. We both hear something. We hear that water turn on, like that kind of sound. So I run to the front door and I look outside, and there is water just pouring from the side of the Black Series. And I'm freaking out and I just freeze. No pun intended, but I'm frozen. Apparently I just don't react in these situations. And I'm just like, the water, there's water coming out. So Handsome runs out, and he snaps into action. He turns off the water. He comes in. I'm very proud of us because we were very composed and very patient. And I'm just very thankful that all three of the kids weren't here, because it would have been a completely different story of how that interaction would have gone. So obviously we're freaking out because we point out, and I'm like, what do we do? I'm, again, frozen. I'm just following Handsome around frozen. Not a good theme for this video, but it is what it is. So we're looking all around at everything, because before we even turned on the water, we were checking all the pipes and connections inside that we could see outside. Nothing looked awry. He lifts up the mattress, because underneath the mattress over here is where the hot water heater is. And sure enough, this cap had busted off. So it's just squirting that whole city water just into that space down there. The neighbor was really nice. The neighbor came over, had a dry vac, thankfully. So we got everything dry really quickly. Obviously, we disconnected the water. Thankfully, that Facebook group exists. If anything ever happens and you need advice, or if somebody else has been there, or what parts do you need to get, just go to the Black Series Campers US site, the group on Facebook. Somebody in there knows everything. But I feel very grateful that it could have been worse. I'm grateful that we were here when it happened, that we didn't have the kids here, and that it seems like a very easy fix. I'm feeling like a newbie RVer right now. And I'm feeling kind of dumb because I'm just in here like hanging up a beautiful solar rattan lamp and like getting cozy. Meanwhile, this is a full-on mechanical beast with all kinds of intricacies, but she looks really pretty. And everything is nice and dry. I'm going to clean now. We were clearly not worried about mud on our shoes tracking in and out when we're dealing with this. We were just freaking out and dealing with it. Since I'm down here anyhow, I'll show you the trash can that we use and where we store it. So this is the cabinet. I show you guys where I put the coat hanger, and under here there's another nice deep storage. And this is the trash can we got. I recommend the ones that you can just throw a shopping bag in, We keep our extra shopping bags down here beside it. And then I also have my step stool, which I'm very excited about. Handsome is gonna come, and I'm hoping he's gonna bring the girls so I can just get them outside to the park while he looks at things. I'm gonna go ahead and convert the dinette down to a bed just so they can just kick back and relax. A little bit of a hack on our end because the cushions will shift a lot, especially when there's kids on it. I store it here in the shower when nobody's in there. I got a cushion cover and a waterproof mattress pad that can fit around the cushions like a fitted sheet, which makes it a little bit more comfortable, but the main thing is it keeps all the cushions. So it's easy to set up, but also because you're taking the cushions off and moving everything around. When you have 3 kids who are cold and hungry and want a snack, and you're trying to get them dressed for bed, to get the bed set up like a bed, whew, it's an overwhelming moment. So we will be grateful when it's warm out and we can sit outside while we do this, because that was a mess that day. Most RV newbies, like myself, make mistakes like this, and that's how we learn from them. There really aren't that many handbooks about this stuff, and thank God for YouTube. As we clearly know, I'm not an expert. Black Series has a great video that shows you step-by-step how to winterize, so I will link that video here so you can check it out. We use our Black Series in the winter, so we have everything still connected, and we have the heat on, which we didn't the night that all this happened, but we do try to keep it as warm as possible in here in the wintertime. It's very livable. It's just, you have to know these things first, which we didn't. It is the end of January, and I am in it right now at the beach, and it's actually quite lovely outside. It doesn't get too cold here, except for that one freaking time that we weren't prepared. But I think that's like an unspoken rule from the new RV gods that you got to go through these things. The heater system in here is very warm. I'm very lucky in that sense. As long as I keep the propane full and going, it is great, which I'm very proud of myself that I just changed the propane tank here today. The Home Depot does make it very easy. There is a machine, like a robot machine, right outside of the entrance, and you just order on the Home Depot app, tell them what size tank you're replacing, and you put in your code at the machine, just like you're getting a soda out of a machine. A door opens, you put in the old gas tank, another door opens, and you grab out the new one. So it's very easy, and you don't even have to talk to anybody, which I swear I love people, and it's not that I don't like talking to people. I'm very nervous when it's about things that I'm not comfortable with, like propane and RV stuff. It's taken me a lot of courage to share this journey with you guys and be vulnerable about it, okay? Okay. But why, oh, why can't I? But yeah, we just sucked our first freezing day. Literally so preventable. So preventable. In terms of keeping the inside nice and warm, window insulation is huge. I'm lucky because these Black Series windows are freaking amazing, and they already have this like reflective solar film on the outside. I'll look that up. Sorry, Black Series, I'm not technical. But when I put down the windows, it's already really nice and really ideally designed to keep the inside warm and to attract that sun. The Black Series RV also comes with nice thick curtains, so closing those curtains can also help with the window insulation. There are some window insulation hacks that any RV user can use in these winter months. And the first one I just find so funny because it's so cheap and easy is bubble wrap. So there's people who just cover their windows in bubble wrap, and it really helps them keep that cold air out and all the nice heat that you have inside. Another very common hack that people use for window insulation is to take old newspapers and just crumple them up and put them anywhere that there is a gap in the window or anywhere that you think air could be getting through. I've also seen people take aluminum foil and cover the windows with that, also to attract that solar energy. I personally like the idea of bubble wrap because it's fun, but also as a mom, the bubble wrap would be annoying AF because my kids would just be trying to pop it the entire time. You can also just buy a plastic window insulation kit that comes with double-sided tape. I'll link a few from Amazon here. It's also just a very quick option for window insulation. Door snakes and draft stoppers used at the entryway of your RV or around the window sills are just another little thing to do. I don't have a problem because I personally haven't had to add any extra window insulation or do any of these hacks because it stays really warm in here. As long as I keep the propane on, it has not been an issue, except for that one friggin' time. So that's the story of how we learned how to winterize our RV the proper way. We learned the hard way. I'm fortunate because Handsome is not only handsome, he's very handy as well. So he was able to come in right away, change out the shower, fix the toilet. We're grateful. That's the extent of it. I extended my campsite here on the beach. I'm gonna keep this beautiful little girl nice and warm, and you'll be seeing a lot of me here. It's my own little cozy office, and there's no kids running around. And again, I get to come to the beach every day that I come to my RV office. So can't wait to share with you guys some of the fun decorating we've been doing, all of the awesome AI trailer inspiration that I've been creating. Yeah, let's do this.